Hi. Now this will be a different one. We're reading Leviathan today. The prequel story to Limbus Company, basically because it gives you like a information about what Vergilius was doing before he worked for Limbus Company, I assume. I don't know how far the scope to this is. There are, I think, 18 chapters, 15 of which are officially translated, and 11 of which are in the form of manga, or I don't know. Does it depend on the country of the artist or the writer, whether it's a manga or manhwa? I don't understand this. I'm not well versed enough in that. But anyway, I also don't know how well this will be to like watch or record or whatever, because it is the first time I'm trying to record a medium like that, which is entirely visual, I guess, with no big text or something. It's like reading a comic, and I'm not sure it would even fly, but considering that this is free and you can read it on their website, I'm sure it's okay. It's a little bit like Distortion Detective in that case. However, I do think that the only reason why many people haven't even heard about this or don't know about it or haven't read it yet is because of somewhat of an accessibility issue, I guess you could call it, since it's very hard to come across and to be able to read it, considering that the website they're hosting it on is entirely in Korean if you try to get into any menus, even though they did upload it in English. So what you can do instead is to take a look at Reddit and have all of the chapters on Reddit on IMG. Also the unofficial ones, I guess. But for sake of reading, we're doing that. We're reading it on IMG because the website they're hosting it on is not the best. Let's go. It's a manga. I'm gonna try to read every text bubble, but maybe not all of them. Also at my own pace, and sometimes I guess I'm gonna look at an image like I'm doing now. This is the start of Leviathan, the red gaze. Let's see why he's so constantly angry. Jesus. We're getting a nice look at the city, actually. I didn't think that the city would be able to look this nice, because yeah, this looks like a smallish town with a river flowing through it. Very peaceful, actually. There's like people on a bridge. Admittedly, they are carrying weapons, I guess. Like, this looks like a sword. This looks like the guitar case that... What was the name again? The one that Philip was in love with. I can't remember. It was kind of cute, though. Also more on the older side. Yeah. Buildings and trees. Trees exist. Vergilius exists. Privileged much, dear boss? Man, I'm jealous. And here he is in all his glory. On this fine afternoon, a certain someone gets to leave early, while the rest of us have to deal with all the niblets of busy work. I guess we're reading from left to right. So this is the Western way to read it, which immediately, that strikes me as odd, but okay. What's your problem? Was it Vergilius or was it someone else? Would you think you're chucking that paper, eh? Got to let this one slide. Our operator has kids waiting for him. Oh, come on, big guy. It ain't fair to throw it right back at me. Unlike you, Denby, no one's waiting at your place. Savage. Of course they are. My lovely little babies. People usually don't treat tinted glasses as their children. Yeah, that is a weird... Look, it has even like the gamer glasses. That's a weird hobby. Well, I say it's a weird hobby to have, collecting glasses, but that might just be because I own one pair and they're broken. You know what's up. Oh, rather, you don't know what's up. You know, I clean them spotless every night and my glasses are constantly dirty. I get the message. I'll cover for you if you all ever happen to be busy so you can stop complaining. Gee, makes it sound like we're harping at you. No sweat, dear boss. Let's grab the goodies for the kids. Right, wait a hot sec. Come here for a moment before you go. What is it now? I can't do the Vergilius voice. I can't do the Vergilius voice. Not constantly. He doesn't even sound that deep. He has a very, very peculiar way of speaking, though. They chose his voice actor with great care. 1, 2, 3. Surprise! What's all this? He'll be delighted to have a visit from Santa. Presents from us, taken with joy. Figured beards wouldn't suit you, so I prepared firecrackers instead. Thought it would be cool for our boss to do something like this for once. Firecrackers, an apple, a Santa hat. We know that Christmas is real, so of course Santa must be real in the city too. I mean, that's Rudolta. Obviously Santa is real, right? Oh my god, the signs were happening very early in the whole Project Moon universe. Well, the whole Christian imagery and Judaism stuff and Kabbalah as well, I guess. So I wonder if the city is taking place in our universe, just either in the distant future, most likely, or the very, very distant past, less likely. I get the other stuff, but why an apple? For wishing folks a peaceful night, more or less. Yes, also for creating abnormalities that eat best girls. I've never heard that apples meant such a thing. Did you make it up just now? Ain't anything like that, so just take it. It was a tradition to gift apples on the eve back in District 8. Again, remember, the different districts might as well be different countries. They're so different to each other. Now, enough questions. Long missed bonding between workmates is nice and all, but Santa has place to be, so we'd better let him off. Getting dark, so take care on the way there. He is the red gaze, although I guess at this point he wasn't yet? At least he doesn't seem to be. He hasn't looked at them even once with his gloomy red eyes. Tell the kiddos said hello. And wow, a rare Vergilius smile. Might be the thumbnail. He goes through the streets. They look... I'm sorry if this is a little bit too small, but I can't comfortably zoom in anymore because it would make just reading... Oh, well, then again, I guess we can go for like 100 and... Let's go for 160. Zoom. He's just casually carrying a sword around. I guess it's on the side of a short sword. It's not quite a dagger, but not a long sword either. It's showing his ticket, I guess? To leave the nest, I assume? Is this like a permit or something? Because immediately it looks more industrial outside, while it looks very modern and clean and just nice in here. It's quiet. It's also snowing. Normally getting to this part of the road makes me relieved, but right now I'm overcome with unease. Oh. Yeah. Vergilius, you jinxed yourself, my friend. That's running. Whoosh. He starts running very quickly. Why? I mean, how early has the destruction begun that he starts dashing off like this now to reach his destination? Apparently he's running so fast and hard that he breaks the ground, so... Are his shoes augmented, or his feet, or is he just this strong? What's going on? There's like... People are watching. People are screaming, I guess. Footsteps, not his, or are these supposed to be his? Oh my god. I think I might recognize that silhouette. Wait, I can. Oh, it can be! It's Tomari! It's Tomari, everyone! Have a round of applause! It's Tomari! Oh, we missed him, didn't we? Oh yes, look at them, lovely. I would stick my hand in that and more. What in the... Oh, snap and crunch. Oh my god, she's holding an axe. Is she trying to defend them, or... I mean, the children, I assume, because she looks like an adult? Wow, okay, Vergilius, he doesn't fuck around while carrying the goods. Need to load my images. He cut her free, but I guess he's too late. Oh no, some children are still alive, it looks like. I mean, this one looks alive, but scarred for life at the same time. What now? Just, what is your business? Was this your job? Do you really expect this thing to answer? Who gave you the order? Look, I assume this is Vergilius. Like, was he an orphan here as well? Oh my god! The purple tea out of nowhere! Squeak! Look at her. Look at this hag. They would be a good match for each other, actually. Yori, so he recognizes her. I thought you perished in the library. Oh yeah, time-wise this is taking part after Rena concluded. Don't ask me, the world is full of curious happenings after all. Just like how you've lost those little ones and like how I coincidentally happened to need that child. What does that monster have to do with your search for your son? So he even knows her agenda. All pieces have their place, not like that's of your concern though, So you knew yet stood on the sidelines, how typical. Time to teach that hag a lesson, I guess. She needs her correction. Now you've dragged me into your little game. Well, it's a shame about those children. You'd agree, no? Red gaze, so he already was a color at this point. How could his co-workers treat him like that if they knew? Well, maybe they didn't know he was a color. That's one less pretense for you to wear. The word meaning gaze is also the Korean homophonous reading of the character gaze, I guess. An epithet meaning immortal poet. Oh, Vergilius. Vergil, I get it. Yeah, she's not impressed by his speed or strength, I guess. She's on an entirely different level. I guess she let herself get booked when we fought her. I don't think we ever got close to her. Power level wise. Okay, he's like slashing furiously, trying to get to her, but she's quicker. She knows what's up. She can most likely see into the past or the future or some other bullshit. Her ability is unexplained at this point. And she also seems like she doesn't want to kill him either. I mean, she's hurting him a little, but that could just be he himself as well. God. Now that the dust has settled, was it really worth it? What's going on here? She's not doing that, is she? Like, stuff is getting cut apart again. Oh, is she doing it? Is she for real? Is she destroying the remaining building just to kill the children? Holy shit. How can you be this spiteful? Okay, he has to destroy the tower then to protect the children. Hurting himself in the process, I guess. She's just looking on, unfazed. But did she help him destroy? I can't quite tell. Why do they stop fighting now? That's very not a lot of text. Oh no. Oh no, they prepare to fight again. She's not putting it in the sheath, she's getting it out of the sheath. Come now, Junior. You know there's no point in dragging this out. Man, she's calling him a junior. That's how old she is. Oh, he can't even see anymore. I think he's done. That's an interesting image. It's very interesting. Oh my god. This is very, very dark. The apple being broken as well. Leviathan. That was chapter 1. Let's take a look at chapter 2, everyone. I don't know how many we'll read today. Maybe like 3 or 4 or something. Just to whet our appetite. And if there's more demand for this, I could see making this like a weekly thing or something. I can do it out of schedule as well, because I'm not sure whether or how I'm gonna edit stuff like this actually, because well, let's just say it's very hard to make this any funnier than it is at times, because I don't think inserting any pictures will make this more or less bearable, to be honest. Mister. So he either dreamt it all or he's back, and I don't think one just casually dreams about purple tear. Is it purple tear or purple tear? It could be both, right? Because she's like, you see her and you begin crying, and also she's tearing through space. I guess we know what it is by proxy of like having her name being spoken Korean and the voice acting, but just assume it's purple tear. I've always said purple tear. Are you alright? You suddenly went quiet. It was a bit worrying. Why is he suddenly... You don't just... You don't just fight against purple tear and go back to your co-workers to eat with them, do you? It was, you do recognize that person, yeah? You haven't forgotten who we are? So did one of you remember how you got here in the first place? Maybe it's been a while since that happened, you know? Don't be so mean to him. Looks to me like his mind just someplace else, eh? You are okay, right? There's nothing to worry about. I was just occupied with a thought for a moment. Were you reminded of the orphanage? No, it was a while ago. Is this like an orphan child then? No. Blatantly lying. Everyone knows, apparently. So, what was her name again? Buckaroo? It's Garnet. I think we've heard Garnet before, didn't we? At least I've heard it before. People are, like, throwing out these names left, right, and center, expecting me to know everything. But, again, I haven't read this myself either. But this is entirely new for me, too. You seem too drunk to be talking, so keep out for a sec, will ya? You're gonna scare the lad. Hey, what the frick? Big guy was talking to him first. Ah, it's a pretty name. Putting that aside, he looks a little bit like Honglu. Putting that aside, you're green as a sprout. How old are you? I turned 20 not too long ago. So you leapt into this biz like just yesterday? 20? 20 is pretty old, all things considered, I would say. Looks 12 at most. It's been that long, has it? Yep, all grown up now. That's a good exploitable, actually. Look here, I'm a full-fledged fixer just like you. You have no idea how much respect I have for you. You always did your best to keep us from harm, so now let me guess, want to be a big, strong, powerful colour just like you, Vergilius, right? Let's not get hasty. No way I'm expecting that much. You know, they say you should dream big. I have a long way to go before I can reach that level. I don't have any specialties, unlike him. Yeah, you gotta wonder what comes first, incredible power or the fixer status? Because obviously with being a fixer, you get more money, you can acquire more power due to training or augmentations and stuff. But at the same time, there seem to be just people that have innate power, like Chroma being able to glimpse into alternate realities, the Purple Tear being able to travel through space and maybe even time, Vergilius with his red gaze, which I don't know, and maybe it will get answered here, whether the red gaze is an augmentation, whether his eyes are an augmentation, or whether they're like a natural thing, and what they even really do. Do they power him up? Do they inflict fear and paralysis upon their enemy? I wonder. I also do think that Carmen's charismatic nature was an outlier, power-wise, that was able to convince people despite all odds. This is something special. I don't know if we'll ever hear from Carmen again, though, and that might be for the best, actually. Sometimes it's good to let sleeping bitches lie. Still, if I want to find those who destroyed the orphanage and make them pay for what they've done, I've got to climb to your league, right? But how long has it been since Ruina, then? How long has it been since the events of, I'm gonna call it the last game? If this most likely took place after the unbooking? What do you call it? The book closing? Spreading the light again? Getting the people out? I guess I always asked myself what would happen to the people that got booked, because not all of them were nice people. 80% of them were nice people, admittedly. And it's good that they're back for the sake of the city, I guess. But what's even happening with the books of very obscure stuff? Like, what's happening with Philip being booked for like 3/4 of his being, or distorted Jan being booked? If distorted Jan is unbooked again, does this mean that his distorted form is somewhere out there, or is it his regular human form that got released? Or did he get released as a distortion, and maybe one day we'll come across him in Distortion Detective, I wonder. Anyway, doesn't seem like the best idea to me to get after, or rather go after, the Purple Tear and Tomari. Our boss isn't out for blood either. At least that's what they're thinking. I guess he's thinking differently. It's all in the past now. Some things are better left behind and forgotten. So, well, on the topic of the orphanage, do you remember Lapis? Lapis. Sure I do. A little bit like Karen from behind. Because of like the grey skin. I assume it's skin and not gloves, but it could be both. Then you must know she and I were good friends too, right? She promised to meet again, telling me where to go in private. Would you like to join me, sir? Here in person? So she's still alive. Yeah, all Lapis was talking about was you, Vergilius, sir. And she usually never opened up to anyone but me. I'm sure she'd love a reunion with you. Maybe she'd want to show you that she's back in good spirits and keeping on like me. No thanks, you can go on your own. There's no good reason for me to meet them in person anymore at this point. What was your reason to meet these children in person before, though? Sir. Oh, that just fucking killed the mood, didn't it? The mood here is kind of tanked. How about we go for one more round? Yeah, because alcohol solves all problems. Then order another grilled drumstick for me. And I am gonna go with this pear-scented liquor. I'd like a glass of Hirisake. He seems very bruised up, actually. Same booze as Nansou or Nanseu? Ask him to put a small fin for mine. And add this and that small fin, like an actual fin? Like a fish fin? Please don't order more than you can eat, Mrs. Rikako. Why the long face, buckaroo? Why the long face, horse Vergilius? Reunion should be happier. Just drink away all your worries for tonight, okay? Was over a cool glass of milk, bartender? Oh yeah, I could go for one. Actually, I have one here, and I'm looking forward to the end of the recording session. We might not read more than 3 chapters due to me having a glass of milk right next to me. I really shouldn't do that when I'm trying to record. There's like other fixes in here. I guess the life in the city can be considered in all its normalcy as a regular life, but death and decay is around them at all times, sometimes. I guess, maybe. Well, when you're in the nest, not as much, but because it just looks very nice. Really like the architecture style. It reminds me of like, I don't know why I'm like the river going through the city should remind you of Venice immediately, but what I'm thinking of is actually like Prague. With the... Oh god, which river is it flowing through Prague? Is it like the Danube River, I think? I'm not entirely sure, but it's a very beautiful city with like some districts still looking very old and historic. And I would like to revisit it one day. Vergilius is in his home, and what does a person like Vergilius do in the free time? They just sit there brooding, obviously, thinking of past events and how much they want to kill people. Dozing off to sleep after being awake for like 72 hours. District 22 payphone. Oh, it even shows which payphone is ringing. Okay, that's interesting, so you can track him down. Excuse me, sir. What's going on? Sorry to bother you so late at night. I went out to meet Lapis and I don't know how to. You see, calm down and speak slowly. Okay, I had gone to see Lapis. Something just doesn't feel right about that place. There were suspicious looking sculptures inside, and the people looked like syndicate members. Oh, what? Is this like a disguise, or is this person an actual furry or something? What's going? Oh god, that's blood on this lion's head. Who that? That's like a ring finger, so I assume if they are belonging to a syndicate, they are belonging to the ring. Which we haven't seen anything of before. We know that the middle got all but destroyed by Roland. Spoilers for Arena. And we've seen the index. And we've seen the thumb. What we're missing is like little finger, I guess. And the ring finger. There was also someone who seemed like an officer of the ring. Remember hearing about it at the Seven Association's orientation seminar. I think that ring was supposed to represent a pretty high position in that finger too. How many coils did the ring have? 3. About 3, I think. A master of the ring is over there? There can't be that many. Man, with all the world building we have in the Project Moon universe, I think they really knocked it out of the park with like the 5 syndicates being named after like the fingers of the hand and their power structures and hierarchies. I really like the whole concept of the index. The fact that it resolved like this as well makes it crazy good in my opinion. That was some very good storytelling. Especially considering all that came before. It was built up so well just to get knocked down like a house of cards and utterly break Jan when he found out. That was like, this alone as a sub-story really carried Ruina in my opinion. There's something's definitely wrong there, I can feel it. Please come over here and help me, what should I do? Okay, time for chapter 3. Yeah, like if we go 3 chapters each or something, we can do this in like 1.5 months, I guess. Just the time to do this alongside chapter 4 of Limbus, I guess. Or maybe if this gets received well, it's Project Moon Week, by the way. I don't know if you can tell, I didn't make as much as an announcement as I did last time when I did the first Project Moon Week. Well, I upload Project Moon content every single day, I'll have you know. If this gets received well, I can see myself recording chapter 4, 5, and 6, or maybe even 7, depending on how long it takes, and uploading it this week too. Because I'm getting somewhat invested. I took a look at the ones that are in non-comic form, like web novel form, and they're basically Distortion Detective, but slightly longer for each chapter. So it will be similar to that when I record it. I haven't taken a look at the machine translation quality, but how bad can it? Machine translation can be very bad. I don't know why they stopped translating these officially. I get that they needed the English translators for Limbus, but at the same time, wouldn't you want to close off and finish a project, especially if it's considered a prequel to what you're trying to release? And how long? Again, I have no knowledge about the Korean language, but how long can it take to translate, like, at most 15 to 20 pages of script that are left, I assume? How long can it take, really? Aren't translators, are they paid by page? Like a regular, like normal-sized page of text? Or are they paid by a word count? Or sentence count or something? Sentence count wouldn't make much sense. Because it's very hard to like size one sentence. A sentence can be a page long, a sentence can be 2 words, right? If you know anything about like translator work, tell me about it. I would love to translate stuff from English to German and back. I think that would be one of the jobs I would really love to do, but there's not much demand for this, is there? There's a lot of demand for like these languages that are very popular in media, like Japanese, I guess, and English to anything else, and languages that are growing in importance. I guess in Indian, Hindu, and maybe Mandarin or something, like some Chinese direction, I guess. They're getting more important. Also maybe some languages in the Middle East, I think. Anything, let's continue with Leviathan. Sorry, chapter 3. Something was off about that place. What gave you the impression? It looked like a school more than anything. Perhaps she decided to pursue higher education? It can't be. She's dumb. I definitely heard Lapis got a job at a fruit harvesting company. And she never was a fan of studying. And I didn't see a single fruit there, let alone an orchard. Orchard? I guess there were some crates, so the whole bunch was rotten. That's not a good thing. Rotten fruit is never good. Anyway, that place is weird. It seemed like there were classrooms, but it didn't feel like a regular school. The people around inside looked like syndicate members. I mean, students don't usually carry weapons to class. Usually. So it might be different at some schools. Where are you right now? I ran away from there. It seems to be like a very bad neighborhood he's in if the phone box is this fucked up. Also, for those of you that don't know, because you're fucking Zoomers, phone booths and phone boxes, there's like payphones in there. You stick coins in there. Do you still know hard cash? Do you like coins? Yeah, the little round things with like a value like embedded on them, and usually the face of some kind of important person of your country or something. You put them in, and you need to know the number you want to call, right? You can't just, well, you can look in your phone and look up a number these days, but back then you needed to know the number you wanted to call. And there were even books with all of the phone numbers of the people of the city you were living in, for example. And then you had like an allotted time, depending on how much money you spent, and you could call people. Yep, that was the early 2000s still. And now they're all but gone. I think in Germany there's like 20 of them left or something. I read a news article about the few remaining ones and about like a landfill full of them, which is very interesting because it was very important back then, and suddenly smartphones and like mobile phones in general, and no one needed them anymore. Sorry, sir. No, don't sweat it. Knowing when to stay out of dangerous business is a valuable skill. What should I do, mister? You don't think something bad happened to Lapis, right? Really hope not. I've got to help her. Even if I appeal to the Zwei, they won't come right away, will they? I mean, why would they just come? If usually they leave the syndicates alone, especially if they keep to themselves like that, right? Why is he why is he hearing? Why is he holding the phone this weirdly? Almost as if he wants to hang himself. Mister, can you help me out just this once? There's nothing I can do to help. Look at how tense he is, holy shit. But sir, I'm not sure what to do on my own. I beg you. Head back home for now. We'll talk some more tomorrow. Really? Can I count on you to call me then? Nothing promised. He's gonna solve it tonight. I'll be waiting for your call. Thank you, sir. There wasn't much help in the orphanage incident half a year earlier, but this time will be different. Okay, it was half a year ago. What did he mean with he's all grown up now? It's been half a year. This time will be different, of course, yeah. Is that a slight smile, or is he just looking absolutely done with his life once more? What am I gonna do? Well, okay, we get a better look at. This is definitely Karen. It also must be Lapis then, because she had like this brownish grayish skin that we saw from behind when she was mentioned. This is him. What was his name again? Did he even get mentioned? Garnet. That's Garnet. That's him, yeah. This is like the caretaker. I guess just the head of the orphanage or something. Man, she looks really cool. She looks very, very strong. I wouldn't mess with her. Interesting. I wonder if we're gonna see more of these children, because not all have died, I guess. He's still as impatient as he was 10 years ago. Maybe he was a child in that orphanage himself. Who knows? Okay, so he's waiting for him. And he's in full battle suit, battle gear. Mister, you really showed up? Thank you for coming. No need for greetings. Is this the building? Yeah, I never got far in though. Figures resembling works of art, huh? Fishy. Something's up for sure. I'll deal with whatever's inside. You can wait here. Huh? Don't be absurd. I only asked you to help me with this. I can't let you go in there alone. Do you realize the sheer difference in power between you and him? You didn't raise me to be a coward, right, sir? I never raised you in general. That's not the point. I've done my practice. I want you to have faith in me. He's gonna die. Promise not to be dead weight at the very least. And I'll leave you to deal with your own share of it. Sir, this is like a JoJo pose if I've ever seen one. They're infiltrating the school. Sculptures. They're gonna come to life. If I've played enough video games to know. There are chambers that look just like classrooms. Yeah, like they're giving lessons or something. The ring, they only trust what they see. It might be too late. What do you mean they only trust what they see? Typical. It seems weird now that we're inside, for a school that's completely missing students. No, this is not an ordinary school. It's an art gallery hosted by the Ring. I guess their art is dead, people. Somehow merged with, like, sculptures. In that case, there ought to be docents lurking around. So is the maestro docents? Is the Ring, like, little built, like, some kind of art circle, I guess you would call it? Does that mean Lapis is involved with them? Most likely. Mister, she's gonna be fine, right? I hope we'll find her here. Oh. The who I saw yesterday. What are they up to? Maybe tailing them leads to something useful? We can ask the one spying on us for directions. Sorry? We're both busy, so let's get over this quickly. They weren't normal exhibits? I don't know what your business is, but I ask that you give your cooperation, sir. Sir or madam? Pardon? What was that? Oh, what's going on over here? Did Did I make a blunder? Less talk is usually better against your enemies. Shing. Or less talk, more bloodshed. Okay, get ready. Hold on, this thing's kind of stuck. Jesus Christ. And they start fighting. Well, he's holding himself up well if he didn't get immediately fucked, I guess. A very interesting weapon as well, with like the chains coiling around it. Wonder if you can throw it and like pull it back or something, if that's the thing. Oh, okay, he's got a strike. Vergilius already done with everyone else, other than this one that was fighting him. That's the difference in power, my friend. You should have known. Haha, just look at that. You two are totally hilarious. Would it kill you to kill or what? You, the exhibits, who told you guys to move? Aren't you afraid of being scolded? I know I'm getting off scot-free. Interesting design. Also, is this the most skin we've ever seen in a Project Moon story? I guess it's because the usual artists are not working on it. That was chapter 3, and I'm just gonna leave it here because I don't really want this to be too long. I think the best length for these is like to keep them in short bursts. Again, if you want to see more of this, I would be up for it. If you have any other suggestions as to how to format this or do this or make these or whatever, tell me. If you enjoyed it as well, also like just tell me. I hope you do. I hope you did. Look forward to what else is going to happen this week. I'm still open for suggestions on that front as well. So if you have anything that you want to see happen, tell me. I can tell you right now that the streams this week will also be Project Moon themed, which means if you haven't seen me stream yet, or if you don't know that I do stream on Twitch, my channel name is basically the same as my YouTube channel name. It's lambdadeltaYT, or you could just go twitch.com/lambdadeltaYT and just follow me so you can see when I'm gonna be live. I stream Wednesday and Saturday. I can't tell you yet what I'm gonna do, because that's a secret. There are some other things that I have planned for this week. But yeah, you might as well just watch it. You might as well keep your eyes peeled for more videos coming as well. One more chapter 4 video, I guess. And then next week, we're off to a regular schedule again. Like, I don't even know if I'm gonna... I would be really up for only one Limbus Company video a week again, because it takes so much time to edit the second one. It's like twice the amount of time I spend on doing it usually, right? And considering that I believe Limbus says that the next season is gonna drop in 126 days or something, last I've seen, we have a lot of time still. That is divided by 7 amounts of weeks that we have left. And yes, it's a long chapter, but still. Anyway, that was Leviathan, chapter 1 to 3. Hey, bye bye everyone, bye bye.